The Bell Curve, 1994, written by Richard Herrnstein and Charles Murray, is a controversial book that makes claims about IQ, race, and class in the US. It uses some data and facts, but its conclusions are deeply flawed, highly disputed, and widely considered pseudoscientific in its racial implications. Let's unpack the truth versus myth, including what the book actually says, why it's dangerous, and what modern science says about IQ differences between Black and white Americans. What the bell curve actually says. Key points. IQ is a strong predictor of life outcomes like income, job performance, and criminality. IQ is partially genetic and relatively fixed. There is an average IQ gap between racial groups, particularly white Americans, 100 average, Black Americans, 85 average. Policies like welfare, affirmative action, and early childhood intervention won't close this gap because the authors claim the difference is largely biological. What's wrong with this argument? Number one, IQ is not a fixed, pure measure of intelligence. IQ tests don't measure innate intelligence. They measure a narrow range of cognitive skills and are affected by environment, culture, education, and test familiarity. IQ is not immune to poverty, lead exposure, trauma, school quality, and systemic disadvantage. IQ is like a thermometer. It measures something real, but is affected by the environment it's in. Number two, heritability doesn't equal genetic determinism. Yes, IQ is partly heritable, but that does not mean differences between races are genetic. Heritability applies within a group, not between groups. Example, you can say height is heritable in a population, but if group A is malnourished and shorter, it doesn't mean they're genetically inferior. It means they're systemically disadvantaged. Number three, the Black-white IQ gap has been shrinking. In the 1970s, the Black-white IQ gap was estimated at 15 points. As of recent studies, the gap has narrowed to 8 to 10 points, especially in children. This trend suggests environmental, not genetic factors are the cause. If it were genetic, the gap would stay the same, but is shrinking as opportunity and access improve. What are the true facts about IQ and race? IQ is mostly genetic, partially true, but heavily shaped by environment. Black people are innately less intelligent. No credible science supports this. IQ predicts life outcomes. Sound me. Yes, but it's a partial predictor and is not destiny. IQ tests are culture free. False. They reflect the cultural norms and language of test creators. Racial IQ gaps are permanent. They are narrowing and vary by context and nation. Criticism from experts. The bell curve has been widely condemned by psychologists, sociologists, and historians, including American Psychological Association, acknowledged gaps exist but emphasize environmental causes, called it a case of statistical manipulation dressed as science. James Flynn showed IQ scores can rise dramatically across generations due to better conditions. Why it's dangerous. The bell curve has been used to justify racial inequality, oppose affirmative action, and promote racist ideologies under the guise of science. Its core message, Black people are poor because they're genetically less intelligent, is not only scientifically false, it is morally repugnant and socially harmful. I'll wrap it up. The Bell Curve is not a neutral science book. It is a political argument masked in selective data. IQ differences do exist, but they are best explained by generational oppression, systemic racism, educational inequality, and environmental hardship, not genetics. Scientific consensus overwhelmingly supports the view that race-based IQ gaps are environmental, not biological.